Hi there! I just wanted to do a really quick video just going through some of the kit that I used for the Mull of Galloway trail. I wanted to show you what worked, what didn't work, why I had to go home after the first night. So I'm going to keep it really brief. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. I will link everything in the description, and I will link also a blog that I've written that has loads of details about the majority of the kit that I'm using here. So I'll start with the tent. I'm using the MSR Hubba Hubba bikepacking tent. It's a 2-person, 3-season, 2-skin tent. I think the weight is like 1400 grams, like without the pegs. It's so light. It's super durable. I've used it for I think about a year now. So this is the bag that it comes in to go over your handlebars when you're bikepacking. And then when I'm using it when I'm hiking, or if I'm using another bikepacking bag, I just take it out. These are the poles and the pegs, which are a lot shorter than like a regular pole setup. So I just take it out of the bags and then stuff it in one of the Sea to Summit compression sacks. These are fantastic. They make everything so much more smaller and more compact. However, that can be a little problematic in some of the bikepacking bags just with the bulky shape that it goes into. So yeah, choose your weapon. This tent is fantastic. I really do use it so often. I use it when I'm working, hiking, biking. It is fantastic. I had a really cold night when I was doing the Mull of Galloway trail. It was -8, and as I said, this is a 3-season tent, so it was a little drafty. The winds were like 45 miles an hour, and the tent was like one of those wacky inflatable men at the car sales. But there's strength in its flexibility with the poles and the movement. So I wasn't worried that it was going to blow away, but I was cold. And that's due to some of the kit that I took with me as well. Okay, so that is the tent. The sleep mat that I used is the Thermarest X-Therm. I think the R value in this is like 7.3. The yellow one, the regular Neo Air, is like 4.5, I think. So this is like a 4-season sleep mat, and I think it's fantastic. I really love it. It doesn't weigh very much either. Yeah, it's a little bulkier than like the Uberlight or the Neo Air, but I like it, and it's not squeaky. Helpful. Okay, so sleeping bag, another one of these compression sacks. They're just so good. Yes, it's white. It was £80 cheaper, okay? So this is the Mountain Hardware Lumina. It's a 3-season sleeping bag, and I think the comfort rating for this is like 0, which isn't that great in -8. So it is a great sleeping bag, but yeah, it's just not great for winter. And I think the weight for this is about 850 grams, so it's super light. It's synthetic. I am allergic to down, so this is why all of the kit that I own is synthetic, but it does perform really well in these like wet, humid environments, which is really handy in Scotland. So that's the sleeping bag. On the first night, I had this Sea to Summit reactor. It's like a thermal reactor to give me a little extra warmth. And this Alpkit Hunka bivy bag. So between that and a little water bottle, I was still freezing. So after my night, I decided to head back home, change some kit, sort myself out, and come back onto the trails with more suitable stuff. So I swapped it out for this here. This is the SOL Extreme Thermal Bivy. It's like one of those silver bivy bags. That was the first time that I'd used it, and I did really like it. It was super warm the following day, but it did make my sleeping bag a little bit wet. So I ended up spending like an hour just trying to dry it out so that I was prepared for the following evening. But yeah, I did really like it. I don't think it was expensive. I think it was like 40 quid or something, so belter. My very trusty Sea to Summit ultralight pillow, yes, luxury, just kept deflating. I'm not sure if it was the temperature, but I've had it out in like -8, -5 before, and it's been okay. So I think I've broken it. But that's the little pillow that I use. This Nalgene water bottle has been my saviour for many years. I fill this up with boiled water, and it's my hot water bottle, so that definitely helped to keep me warm. What else have I got? So what I was wearing to bed, the first night I was wearing my Findra Merino Fern base layer and the merino leggings, as well as my trusty synthetic Patagonia pullover, and I think I ended up having to put on my Montaigne jacket. So this is another synthetic. I've worn this to death. It's got patches all over it. And I was still cold, so I actually draped my waterproof jacket and trousers over the top of everything just to prevent any more drafts coming in. So yeah, that didn't work so well for wearing at night. So I changed that up. I left the thermal leggings and I wore this like during the day and at night throughout the whole trip, and I did not smell once. The best thing about merino, so good. I had these Adidas Terex like Primaloft trousers, so they worked so well. That kept me really toasty. I always get a cold bum when I'm camping. Women tend to lose their body heat through their hips and their bum, so there you go, nice little fact for you. And my feet were cold. I had to change from my Scarpas. These are fantastic boots, but I've got wide feet and I've just gone barefoot a few months ago after tearing the ligaments in my ankle, thinking, yep, I've got to strengthen my ankle, and I had so many blisters. My feet were in agony, so that was another reason for me going home. And I'd ordered a new pair of boots. These are the Vivobarefoot winter boots, and they're fantastic. They're so light for a start. No blisters, but my feet felt cold. They do have like a thermal insole, but my feet felt cold, so I stopped off at a supermarket in Shamar and picked up a pair of thermal socks. These are JCB thermal socks. They're size 6 to 11. I'm a size 3. Of course, women don't need thermal socks. It's only for men. But yeah, so these actually kept my feet really warm. So that was perfect. What on to next? Yeah, so a few years ago, in fact, 5 years ago, I broke the collarbone. I broke my clavicle. And I had surgery to get a plate put in, and then I had surgery to take the plate out, and it's really calcified and become this big nubbin. I'll put a photo in if I remember, because every time I put something on top of my clavicle, it just gets sore. It gets really sore. So I'm on a waiting list to have surgery to have it shaved down. So I had to change my rucksack as well because, well, it was really painful. So at first I was using this Osprey bag. It's the Kite 48 litre bag. Osprey have really good bags, but I think I'm just really sensitive to what I'm carrying. It's a woman specific bag, so it was good. But the lovely folks at Valley and Peak sent me this Gregory Amber 54 pack. So comfy. Women's fit as well. And actually I felt like it packed my things neater because it was more like slimline. This Osprey one felt more like wide. So I really liked that. And I do like Gregory bags. I have another one, I think it's the 85 litre one that I use when I'm on a work expedition quite frequently, so that was a godsend. And that really did help my shoulders. And also I used some of this corroboree felt and just padded the area up, and it worked. I don't know if it was the Gregory pack and just the way the strap was sitting, or if it was this, or a combination of both, but it worked. So I was super happy that I was no longer limping with all the blisters on my feet, and I was no longer hunched over like this. Yeah, and I think when you've got like a sore part, you try and compensate. So I was cranking up the waist loops really tight to try and alleviate the pressure from my clavicle, and then that caused like sore hips. And of course I'm 40, so you know my body's sore all the time doing nothing. So that's what I was wearing. I also went in between wearing the Findra Fern base layer, and these are thermal trousers from Akai. They're really good. They're just like a pair of skinny trousers, but they're water repellent and thermal, and that's all I would have on my legs, apart from when it was raining. Then I had my waterproofs. I think these are Marmot. I've had them for about 6 years, and I just keep reproofing everything with Nick Wax, and it's still functional. I went between wearing my synthetic Patagonia gilet and my tan synthetic jacket, and my waterproof was a Patagonia waterproof. The hydrostatic head rating on that's really quite high as well, so that was perfect. Cooking stuff, I love this little Jetboil. It boils water like in a minute and a half or something crazy. I always carry 2 canisters with me when I am camping in winter, because some gas canisters can freeze over or just stop working. And also you can just go through gas much quicker because you're cold and you're having more brews, so that's what I carried. Those that know me know I'm a complete coffee addict, so I had my little Secret Summit collapsible cup and this little filter that just sits on top like that, and I had my ground coffee in the morning, and that kept me going. This is the tiny knife that I brought with me. It's like the smallest optional. It's so cute. I feel like a giant when I use it. This is the kind of accessories. I wore this one night. This is my Ivy balaclava, leopard print, of course. It's really comfy, and it was working well, so love that. This is my Stoke hat that I wear all of the time, and I had a pair of lightweight North Face windstopper gloves, as well as these sealskin winter gloves that I didn't actually have to use, so that was brilliant. All my battery packs, I just used this Anchor. This lasted me like a couple of days, and I managed to charge my exposure Headtorch. This is the HT Go. It's fantastic. I love the fact that it's like a Velcro strap, so I can hang that on my tent just for a bigger light area, or I can wear it for more direct light. And this is a Kula pea cloth. It's fantastic. So I think it's a lot easier than using toilet roll, and it's hygienic. I used this one for 4 days and I've not died yet. I've not had any problems. So these are fantastic. They're antibacterial and antimicrobial. So I think they're silver infused, and that's how that kind of science works. I always take a small first aid kit with me. My inhaler. In the first aid kit I've just got like a triangular bandage, some sturdy strips, plasters, blister plasters, painkillers, wipes, and like gauze and stuff. And then I have like a kit first aid kit, waterproof matches just in case the clicker on my Jetboil didn't work. I take patches for my tent and patches for my Thermarest, as well as this cute little I'm not sure how to describe it. It's a needle and thread, so there's like a little needle in this part here that comes out. There's thread and then there's some duct tape around it. It's from Igneous Gear on Valley and Peak website. It's fantastic, it's tiny. And then I've got an MSR pole repair. And I think that's it. I hope that was helpful in some way. I'm just about to finish editing the Mull of Galloway footage, so I'll upload that very shortly. Apologies for it being indoors and it being dark and filming on a phone, but that's the way it is at the moment. I am just about to head off on a bikepacking adventure in Galloway, and I will film that and share the adventure. It's a 500k loop that I have created, and I will also do like a kit breakdown on that as well. Okay, take care, keep your eyes peeled for more. Bye!